Shalom. Call law Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well, that taught us this truth, the 100% truth. To the Akim on the four corners of the earth, risking their lives each and every week on the highways and the byways, pushing this truth, trying to wake up the hopefully elect and the 1/3. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, coming with another lesson, and this lesson is entitled, in the last days there will be scoffers. And that's what we've been seeing lately, you know what I'm saying? You know, especially 2/3 of our people pretending that they know the Bible, but they don't know the damn thing about the Bible, you know? But that's okay. Every idol, every word that you say, you're going to be held accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? You know? And every time that you push out nothing but, you know, things that you're saying about what the Bible, you think the Bible is saying, and it's not saying, you're going to be held accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? And in the Bible, it says that, you know, in these last days, it's going to be people, you know what I'm saying, scoffing, you know what I'm saying? Because they want this wicked kingdom to keep continuing. You know, they want to keep on filling that flesh, feeding their flesh, you know what I'm saying? They lusting for the things that are wicked that Esau pushed throughout the four corners of this earth, you know what I'm saying? He's on the forefront of why our people is scoffing against this truth, you know? And let's get that 2 Peter's, I'm sorry. 2 Peter's chapter 3, verse 3. Knowing this first, that there should come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, yeah. And this is how we know we're in the last days, you know what I'm saying? Because you see more and more, like I said again, more and more people talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Coming up against this truth, you know? But they fail to realize that they're just marking themselves, you know? You know, especially these niggas, you know what I'm saying? And one of them is this dude, I'm gonna call him Thruski. He just made a video, you know, and it was a video, I think, you know, pretending that he was in the IUIC camp, you know, pushing all this rhetoric and all this bull crap, you know what I'm saying, that he think, you know, supposedly what he think the Hebrew Israelites is saying, you know what I'm saying, but he got some words, like I say, every idol that he speak, he's gonna have to be held accountable for that, you know what I'm saying, you know, he's gonna be held, you know, for everything that he mentioned in that video, you know what I'm saying, you know. And you see niggas like that gonna wish, man, he gonna wish that he never, you know, said anything like that or was pushing anything like that, because he marked himself. He marked himself for destruction. And you got plenty more these niggas, these 2/3, you know, trying to mock the truth. They're on the you know, on YouTube and on some of these other media platforms, talking stuff, you know. It's only because they want to just keep on, like I say again, feeding their flesh, you know what I'm saying, you know, because they love being in Babylon the Great, aka America. They want this place to keep on going on and on forever, you know what I'm saying, you know. But instead of hearkening to this truth, they'll really keep on, you know, receiving lies, you know what I'm saying? And that's how our people is, you know, stiff-necked, hard-headed, you know what I'm saying? You know, and this nigga Thruski, he gonna die of a grievous death, you know what I'm saying? And then the rest of these mugs is pushing this truth, you know what I'm saying? You know, Yahweh Shem Shai, you gonna get him, gonna get his ass, you know what I'm saying? You know? Yep, because anyone that's going up against Yahweh Shem Shai, and the men in the Lord, you're going to die of grievous death. And you're going to wish that you kept your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they say, when you come in the house of the Lord, keep your mouth shut, paraphrasing, you know? So they're going to get everything that they deserve, you know what I'm saying? You know? And we don't care about what these scoffers saying, man. You know? We don't care, you know what I'm saying? They ain't going and, you know, going to the pastors, you know, approaching them or telling them or scoffing towards them, saying that you telling lies and stuff like that, or any of these other religions, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jehovah Wickedness or Scientology or any of these other, you know what I'm saying, 7 days Adventist or whatever, however you say it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't saying nothing. They ain't going up against them, or they ain't going up against the small hats. They ain't saying that. They ain't scoffing against them because they know what's up. They notice the truth, you know, and the truth hurts, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and one thing is that these scoffers is you know, the one thing that they don't realize is that they're not gonna do, you know, they're not gonna go to these other religions and basically scoff about, you know, that you preaching this wrong, you know what I'm saying? That you preaching about the Gentiles wrong, that you saying the Gentiles can be drafted. They ain't going back, or spiritual Israelites, you know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't going to these other religions or churches and telling them that you pushing them lies and stuff like that. Which, you know, the Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, you know? Or they keep trying to save and can't be saved, you know what I'm saying? The other nations, the only ones could be saved is only Israel, you know what I'm saying? So you can be, you know, all in your feelings and your emotions, you know what I'm saying? Because the Most High don't care, you know what I'm saying? He don't care. The Bible is a book for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is our heritage, you know what I'm saying? This is nobody else's heritage. So you can cry all you want, you can boo-hoo, you can make scoffing videos, you know, to try to save your daddy Esau or the other nations, but it ain't gonna work. This place is done. Babylon is done, man. You know, let me read that back again. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3, and this is going to be a quick hitter too, you know, just straight to the point, to let these scoffers know that you're not going to get away with anything. Whatever you say, it's going to come back on you. You're going to reap what you sow, Galatians 6 and 7. So keep on talking stuff. Knowing this is first, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3, knowing this is first, that there should come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. Yeah. Because this is the main objective that these people are doing, you know what I'm saying? But they don't realize we in the last days. How about Shimei Shai is controlling everything? You know what I'm saying? The Most High is the best chess player. So he got you in his trick bag. He making you do this. He making you scoff. You know what I'm saying? And you just setting yourself up. This is like one big movie, you know what I'm saying? And the Most High is orchestrating all this. You know what I'm saying? Esau think he's running something, but Esau ain't running nothing. And you 2/3 niggas and you other nations, y'all not running nothing. You know, y'all just a fuel for the fire, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just extras in the movie that's gonna get it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get exactly what you deserve, you know what I'm saying? You know, so keep on talking your bull crap, keep on talking your stuff, but the time is coming where you gonna get it. And the reason why you talking stuff is because it's getting to your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. You know what I'm saying? It's cutting you to the heart. It's cutting you to the soul. You know what I'm saying? Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. And for the word of the Most High is quick. See? This word is quick. It's getting to these spirits. You know, just routing up these spirits and getting to them. You know what I'm saying? And powerful and sharper than a two-edged sword. Yeah, this word is sharp. You know what I'm saying? It's sharp like a two-edged sword. It cuts to the marrow, and it's gonna say that, piercing even to the dividing sunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow. So everything that the Akim is pushing on the four corners of this earth is the truth, you know what I'm saying? And they don't like it when you tell them that Esau, Edom can't be saved. The nation of Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, woman and children, they can't be saved. And that gets to them. That cuts them like a two-headed sword, you know what I'm saying? It pierces them even to the dividing son of soul and spirit, and of joints and marrow. So that's what it does to people, you know what I'm saying? They realize, like, man. And then they get to take it a step back and say, man, nah, this is too much. I can't take this. I thought everybody can be saved. But then when they come to start researching things and reading it and seeing who is who, then they want to step in and scoff. You know what I'm saying? Say, oh, no, everybody can be saved. Oh, no, everybody can be saved. When Esau even know, you know what I'm saying? Hebrews 12 and 16, you know what I'm saying? There's no repentance, repentance for him, paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? He can't repent, you know? He's done, you know what I'm saying? That's why this truth is not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And of thoughts and intents of the heart, you know what I'm saying? You know? So you know who it hurts the most? It hurts these women, you know what I'm saying? Because they the ones that's mainly going to these churches, man, being lied to, you know. Big Shirley, you gonna get you a house this year. You gonna get you a brand new 2025. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get you the husband that you always prayed to, sweet baby Jesus. But you ain't gonna get none. What you gonna get is you gonna get a missile upside your head. That's what you gonna get. And that's coming to a theater near you. So keep on scoffing, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you soft, weak men out here, you know what I'm saying, that want Babylon to keep going on and trying to save your daddy, you know what I'm saying? John 8, verse 8, verse 44, you know what I'm saying? You will follow the devil, you know what I'm saying? You would do the lust of him, the same, paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying? So keep on, you know, doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to come back on you, you know what I'm saying? Let me read that back again, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing sunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So this truth, you know what I'm saying, it ruffles up feathers, you know what I'm saying? It gets, you know, it cuts to the joint and marrows, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's why these people, they start getting in their feelings, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you start telling them that, you know, only one nation can be saved, but the other nations going into slavery, you know, Isaiah 14:1, which is those strangers are the Israelite foreigners in that verse, you know. But when you tell them that, you know, they're gonna be slaves, you know, Coon as Jake, he want to try to save Esau, you know what I'm saying, or the other nations, but he failed to realize there's nothing you could do. It's already been written, you know what I'm saying, and that's why this word is a two-edged sword, you know what I'm saying, and there's many other things in the word that's cutting them to the heart, you know what I'm saying, you know. Like I said again, when you talk about the Gentiles, you know what I'm saying? There's two types of Gentiles in the Bible. When you break that down and let them know that those Israelites that's being drafted back in, those are Gentiles that was in a Gentile state of mind and lost. Those are the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? Israelite foreigners. Those are the ones that can be drafted back in, not Esau. No, and not these other nations. So when you get straight to the point with these nigglets, you know what I'm saying, this word cut them, you know what I'm saying, and they don't like it. But everything that you have been talking, you know, Esau, these, you know, 2/3. Let me go to Galatians 6 and 7. You're gonna reap what you sow, so you better be careful what you say, because the Most High, he, you know, the angels is going back and reporting this to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to close out on this. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. So what y'all doing is sowing, nothing but, wickedness and lies. You know what I'm saying? You scoffers. You coming up against this truth, and you don't realize what you getting yourself into. Especially you Humpty Dumpty. You know what I'm saying? Thruski. Fat Humpty Dumpty. You don't know what you getting yourself into. But now you didn't put yourself in the mix now, and you're gonna be judged for that. You know what I'm saying? You marked yourself, and the rest of you 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say, you're gonna be held accountable for every word. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you put out there and you reaped and you sowed, you're gonna get the same thing back. So I hope this was edifying. I just wanted to come with a quick lesson. You know what I'm saying? Speaking about these scoffers, on these social media platforms talking nothing but shit. But we don't care. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. Babylon is done. AKA American is done. You know what I'm saying? Everything is lame. The sports is lame. The music is lame. The rap music, all that stuff, it's all, everything is done, man. These pagan days that's coming up, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday, Halloween, it was dead, you know what I'm saying? So you can keep on scoffing all you want. The time is up, you know what I'm saying? Esau time is up in these other nations. So I want to say Shalom, call all Yahweh Shem Yahshai by Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well, and to the Akim on the four corners teaching his truth, written in lies each and every day, and to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification. This is your brother Dawadah. Come with another lesson. Shalom.